one thing I love about perfectionists, and particularly those of us that have a sort of overachieving flavor towards our perfectionism. I love how ambitious we can be. Um, I am hoping to go back to university next year, and I was sort of daydreaming about where that might take me. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll be like the head of a UN agency. And yeah, like there's something that I find almost like delightful about that. It reminds me of um Tim Hadfield, the Canadian astronaut commanding the International Space Station. In his book, An Astronaut's Guide to Life on Earth, he talks about being a child seeing the Apollo landings and being like, I want to be an astronaut. I want to go to space. And it was such a preposterous idea because at this point, Canada didn't even have a space program. And what I love about his story and the way that he tells it is that he was able to like hold on to this like preposterous, like ridiculous idea and ambition. And at the same time, like was making decisions about his career and his life that were really serving him in the moment. And this is the thing that I think is really important. I am all for having badass, hairy ass goals and ambitions. Like, please dream big for yourself. And like that big dream doesn't have to be like an external achievement or, status. Like it might be this like ridiculous notion that you have of like how your life could be. Yeah. All for that. Where I think that becomes an overdeveloped strength for us is that we then, yeah, the danger here is that you use that ridiculously ambitious goal as the definition of success. Because inevitably, you're going to fall short. I say going to short. Inevitably, in this moment, you have not achieved that. So if this is your definition of success, the logical conclusion that I come to is that, well, that means I must be a failure. Yeah, because I haven't got there yet. And I think that, yeah, that really undermines our ability to enjoy things for what they are. So constantly telling ourselves, well, I'm a failure and I've not achieved all of these things I wanted to achieve yet or at all. And so I really want to make a case for focusing on the process. Yeah, focusing on the journey rather than the outcome. And and it's not that I don't think that the outcomes and the destinations, the goals and the ambitions aren't important. I think they are because they give you a direction of travel. Um, perhaps a sense of purpose. That's really important. But life, it seems to me, is not about reaching these destinations. Life is not a game where to win means you have like completed it the fastest, gotten through all of the levels as quickly as you can, right? The only place this life is ending up in is death. And it seems a real shame to me to kind of spend your entire life focusing on being somewhere that you're not, only to get to the very end and realize that you didn't enjoy any of it because you never slow down enough to actually be where you were. It was always about how that wasn't enough, and it was always about like the next thing. So I really want to make this case for finding ways to enjoy the process of it, to do things for their own sake, not necessarily the outcome. So I go back to like my desire to go to university again. Sure, I really hope that that will open up new career opportunities for me. I hope that it will, yeah, bring me opportunities to weave different aspects of my work together and things. But one of the big reasons I'm doing it, I really love learning. The idea of spending a whole year immersed back at university again. Oh my God. I just like, I'm paying, yeah, they've got the prospect of paying an awful lot of money for that. To have a year back in London, like close to my family. And yeah, there are so many reasons why I would do it. And even if it means I'm broke and unemployable at the end of it, there's a part of me that doesn't care. Like I'm doing it because it's a thing that brings me like so much joy and aliveness. For me, it's one of the oh, what's her name? Somebody Perry, not Jordan Perry, that's her husband. It'll come back to me. Anyway, she has this conversation with the late Reverend Michael Dowd on his post-doom conversations, and she talks about the benefits of collapse acceptance. So really oriented in the sense that the world as we know it is crumbling. Um, and I won't go into that, but if you're interested, do check out Michael Dowd's work. Um, this idea that yeah, whether it's collective acceptance or like orienting towards your own mortality, like, recognizing that you are not guaranteed a tomorrow. And so one of the benefits of this way of thinking that she describes is just do it. Like do the thing because it lights you up. Do the thing because it brings you joy. Um, Another way of thinking about that would be how might you bring more joy to what it is that you're doing, whether that's the laundry or yeah, these like yeah, the aspects of life that are so easy to overlook. What might it be like to appreciate them more? Might it be like to have more fun, to find more pleasure in in the day to day, the moment to moment? That's all we really get. Um, yeah, for me at least, and I know I'm not saying anything new, like I'm regurgitating all sorts of ancient wisdoms and philosophies without really being able to name them. But I'm noticing this more and more in my life as I turn towards this and away from the kind of the overachieving way of being that I find fulfillment in the moment. Like that's how life feels fulfilling and satisfying because I'm finding ways to enjoy it as I go along and not have it all be, well, when I do this and when I've achieved that, like that's when I get to be happy. Because I'm realizing more and more that day never comes. Like by the time I get to that point, I'm already thinking about what's next. I'm constantly like I'm in that way of being, constantly living in the future, and imagining happiness down the line, imagining fulfillment down the line. And you know what? I'm over it. Um, I want to enjoy the life that I have now, while I have it. Yeah, I'd love to hear how this lands for you, what you think, um, how this shows up for you, or disagree with me. That's also fun. Yeah, please comment, engage below, and we'll see you next time.